We need a rubber at the end to ensure I don't lose it.
Absolutely. Well, you did give my arse a cracking slap at the end of last week's episode.
Yes. You won't get that every week, though.
Well, what a noise. It was almost like you after produced the noise on it was like a whoosh, whoosh. Fantastic.
Magic.
That's the sort of thing you're going to miss out if you haven't been watching us on YouTube.
Exactly right.
You want to prepare us in?
Yeah, we've...
Come on. Do it. Popcorn Pundits.
Episode 77.
77.
77. That's a big old number, isn't it?
It's a massive, massive number.
Yeah.
Where's the 70 come from?
I don't know.
Okay, that's
gone
fine.
very-
Don't ask questions.
He's gone very Gaelic.
It just
That's what
comes
happens.
out.
He's oozing Gaelic.
Yeah, it's since we went to see what was that film you got me to see?
Kneecap.
Kneecap.
Yes.
Such a good movie.
See,
that is.
I like to think that I bring it to the table and some people got to eat it.
Yeah.
Eat it!
Still listen to that soundtrack. It's brilliant.
It's your Popcorn Pundits, is our trio of cinema lovers. I'm James Michael Mulcrone. Who are you?
Peter James Ungar.
And who are you?
Nikki.
Smart-ish. And I'd like to encourage people to go to the cinema as much as often. I've started, so I'll finish.
I think you finished already, mate.
I think that's his record
I'll get the
of
coat.
messing
Is
up.
that Gaelic as well?
Oh yeah, to be sure.
As much as often. 77.
We like to highlight what's at the top 10 at the cinema. That's Petey's job at the top 10. Then we like to review a couple of movies. Nikki likes to do her fantastic sequel feature. And then we tell people what we're watching at the cinema next week.
And we are kind of blurring episodes, aren't we? Because we've been a little bit out of sync the last few weeks about going to the cinema together.
We have. We're just
Firstly-
syncing up. Yes.
Lovely.
Nice texture.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Nice texture. Secondly,
Yeah.
you made me forget what I was going to say. That's really annoying.
It's because you're in love.
It is.
Yeah.
So we're going to the cinema together again
We
on
are.
Monday, which
Yes.
is really nice. But you're going to see something which I started reviewing last week, and I have to apologise because I kind of forgot what happened in the film, and I just kind of started talking, and I actually couldn't remember the plot. So we're going to go over that a little bit,
We are.
and we're going to have a bit of a conflab about it.
Yes.
And then we're going to talk about the new films that we've seen this week.
100%. What are we doing first, though?
Oh, it's my top 10. So I'm going to get to about number 10, and then you're going to start interrupting me.
Go for it.
Is that okay?
I'm waiting.
Awesome. A
What are we
working man. Number 10, a working man.
Working man.
There we go. We went to see that, didn't we?
We did.
That's an hour and a half of our lives we're not getting back.
Yeah, not Jason Statham's best movie.
Oh, it's no one's best movie. Absolutely awful. Number 9, Death of a Unicorn. You went to see that last week.
I did.
And I think you were quite disappointed. It had a great cast.
It did.
And it just left a bit wanting, didn't it?
It did. It didn't feel like an A24 movie. It didn't have that bite. I'll tell you what it's like. It was like having a non-alcoholic Guinness.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's exactly what it felt like.
Non-alcoholic Guinness is delicious.
It looked perfect.
Yeah.
It's got the correct temperature, the correct texture, and it tastes good, but it doesn't have that bite. It doesn't have that. And that's what it was missing.
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
To
me,
trust
that's
me,
not-
as a man who drinks most drinks quite heavily,
Yes.
I can't tell the difference.
Wow.
I think it's excellent.
It's the Irish blood in me.
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
it is.
I'm allowed to pull that
That's
card
always
out.
in you.
What's number 8?
I don't know because it sounds like the good, the bad, and the ugly, but I don't think it is.
Nikki,
Yes.
please spread some light on this.
Sorry, good, bad, ugly.
Good, bad, ugly.
Oh, we're struggling tonight. No Guinness is here, I promise.
It's an Indian Tamil language action comedy.
Is it?
Where a former gangster is reformed but is forced to go back to his notorious ways after his son is kidnapped.
I thought it was a western with Clint Eastwood.
Well, it's distributed DJ Tech Limited.
Number 7.
Yes.
Chosen, The Last Supper, episodes 1 and 2. The what?
I have no idea what's going on here. Who's hijacked the top
No,
10?
I think it's The Chosen.
So,
The Last Supper, episodes 1 and 2.
This
No,
is a
maybe
series?
it is The Chosen.
Yeah.
Right.
So, according to Forbes,
Yes.
Holy Week has officially arrived. The first 2 episodes of The Chosen, The Last Supper, the 5th season of the beloved faith-based series, is now playing in theatres.
Number 6.
So it's basically about the Easter Bunny.
Oh, nice. Okay. Number 6, Drop, which we're going to go and see
on Monday.
On Monday, we've booked that.
I think it's going to be high octane. I think it's going to be fairly formatted, but I'm looking forward to some quirky little clever bits to it.
Yeah, it's going to be based on one bit of tech. Exactly. Repeat. But anyway, it's going to be good. Number 5, Disney Snow White. I need to go and see this. Haven't been to see it yet. I want to review it.
If you go and see it, because I think what we need to do is we need to cut through all of the reviews of people who haven't seen it, and they're quite happy to talk about it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Nikki said yes, so let's just go with that.
Yeah, you said it without moving your lips. It was amazing.
Yeah. Okay, number 4. This is quite a mouthful. Number 4. Andre Roux's 75th birthday celebration, The Dream Continues, open bracket, concert, close bracket.
Wow, that's a lot going on there.
That's a lot going on there. And concert in brackets basically constitutes the phrase...
It's not a film.
There we go.
However, Mama Smart and Big Sister Smart went to see it for Mama Smart's Mother's Day, and they really enjoyed it.
That's because you can't beat Andre Roux. He's an absolute legend.
Even if it is his birthday.
And it was in Dutch, and they understood most of it.
Prima dag. And I have to backtrack instantly because you can beat it. Because Six the Musical, in brackets, musical, beat it.
Yes.
It's at number 3. So when you're saying you can't beat Andre Roux, you can. You just have to be 6 Wives of Henry VIII.
Or an amateur.
And it officially broke records
not a movie.
for any musical or theatre production in the cinema.
It's an incredibly well done. Yeah.
It's done nearly 4 million already in the first weekend it opened.
Well done, Six.
And that's record breaking.
That's fucking brilliant.
Isn't it, Jess?
It's amazing.
Well
I might
done.
even go and see it.
The best ever.
Number 2.
Yes.
Is a film that we went to see this week.
That's right.
Called The Amateur.
We saw it separately, didn't we?
Sadly.
I think you were in the cinema the same time I was in the cinema.
Shut your face.
What time did you go to the cinema?
I don't know. 8:30.
I was there at 8 o'clock.
What were you seeing?
I went to see Minecraft.
Oh, there you go, which is weirdly number 1 this week.
It's like it's segmented in. It's like I've thought it through.
It's seamless.
Yes, exactly.
It's like you've done what?
Something in. Anyway, number 1.
Is the Minecraft?
It's a Minecraft. I like the fact it's called a Minecraft movie. Insinuates that it's going to be lots more.
That's what I said last week.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
Excellent, perfect. We make it sound like it's your information. You do that a lot.
He does that a lot.
That is this week's top 10 in the UK and Ireland up until the 14th of April 2025. No, fuck you.
It's like you again.
There we go.
Oh,
right, so what are we going to do next? What should we
Nikki,
talk
what's
about
next,
first?
Nikki?
Do we want to make it a Peter sandwich? So we'll start with James and end with James and have Peter in the middle.
Yeah, you could be the ham.
Okie dokie.
So we'll start with Minecraft, then we'll do the amateur, then we'll do Flow.
Let's get to Minecraft.
Right, okay,
Can you tell me what happened?
So, Minecraft. Okay, for those of you who have not seen Minecraft, and for those of you who have never played a game of Minecraft,
Have you?
never. And
No.
I'll tell you, I'll tell a lie. I downloaded it. My son downloaded it for me. And then he showed me how to play it.
Yes.
And then left the room. Okay.
Okay. On your ZX Spectrum.
Yes. The problem with Minecraft is, and it's quite interesting because in this film, it's all about creativity. It's all about the difference between commercialism and mining for diamonds and gold, or being creative. And that's the main thing in this film. That's what the story is.
Is it?
Yes, what the story's all about.
Oh, okay, great.
I thought I'd just let you know about it. You've seen it. You reviewed it. I'm just telling you what it's about.
And then the Titanic sinks.
And then instantly forgot. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just like...
So, ironically, what I find, and the whole premise of the whole Minecraft is that you can make anything you want. You can build any buildings you want. You can make any animals you want, and you can make any weapons you want. And it's a glorious, glorious, creative world. I personally, and before I even start reviewing the film, I'm going to review the game. The problem I had with Minecraft is that there's no restrictions. Okay, so you can just do anything you want. You can build anything you want. You can walk for hours, or you can walk for eternity, just through the grass and so on and so forth. And I personally, as a really, really creative person, I need restraints to bounce around in. Otherwise, it's just there's too many options for me, and that's what the problem is with Minecraft with me personally.
But isn't that your classical creative blue sky thinking?
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But it's not. I I need something on top of me ever so often.
Don't we all?
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, on to the movie. So, this movie, what I love about this movie is that it introduces the whole Minecraft world and the Minecraft game to people who have no idea what Minecraft is. For the first 10 minutes, it's literally Jack Black doing a monologue of exactly how he got into this world.
Yeah, exactly right. And talking about himself from
Very, very clever, because as a non-consumer, and what they've done with this film is they've done two things. One is they've managed to find that it's a really fine tightrope of ensuring that if you know nothing about Minecraft and nothing about the gaming world in itself, you're still going to turn up and you've got to find this film enjoyable and entertaining. But on the other hand, you're not going to alienate the hardcore fans of said game. You're going to ensure that they're going to get the buzz out of all the little memes all the way through this movie.
But this film is definitely more directed at a Minecraft user.
100%. However, as a non-Minecraft user, there were certain scenes, and I'm going to bring this up in a review in a second, that made me laugh so loudly that it didn't matter what the film was about. It was just a humour within the movie I found was very, very entertaining. So in this film, you have there is the genre is called adventure fantasy, which I think it sums it up perfectly.
Good.
Yes, exactly. The tagline: 4 misfits find themselves struggling with ordinary problems when they are suddenly pulled through a mysterious portal into the overworld. That's not a tagline.
No, it's not.
No, they've mentioned it as a tagline,
That's
but
a
it's not a
storyline.
tagline. It's a storyline, exactly what it is. So what we have here is you've got the character played by Jack Black, who's called Steve. And those who don't know Jack Black, he's famous for School of Rock, Kung Fu Panda, and Jumanji. He's
And Tenacious D.
but we'll talk about films.
It doesn't matter.
Tenacious D sings a bit.
Sings a bit.
Tribute. You've also got Jason. I can never pronounce his surname.
Momoa.
Is it Momoa?
Momoa. Thank you.
Jason Momoa. Famous for Aquaman and Game of Thrones. You've got Emma Myers, recognised for Wednesday, and you've got Daniel Brooks from Orange is the New Black as well, which she was very, very good. And then you've got Sebastian, who's an emerging talent, the young lad in it. The director, Jared Hess, known for Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes.
Which after watching it, you can really see where his humour has come from as a director.
Can you?
100%. So what you have here is, for those who know nothing about this film and know nothing about the humour within this film as well, they're very cleverly being able to produce a children's, as well as that tightrope that we've just spoken about. They're very cleverly produced. It's one of these children's movies that adults can find funny. And I always use The Simpsons as an analogy for that.
Did you get that?
Yes.
Did you get that mature theme overlay?
100%. 100%. Particularly, there's certain lines in it when Daniel Brooks from Orange is the New Black, and she's got a spear in her hand. Okay, now she's saying in a proper Brooklyn accent, "Let's kill those pigs."
Oh, okay.
Okay. Then you've got one of my favourite sets within the whole movie. Forget about the overworld part of it. Was when they so. I'm getting sidetracked slightly. Let's go through the storyline really, really quickly. So you've got Jack Black's character called Steve. He gets brought into the Minecraft world, and then by accident gets stuck in there. His dog is in the real world with a key to go into Minecraft world. Okay, that key is then found by these 4 individuals that I just mentioned earlier on, including Jason Momoa, who plays a fantastic deadbeat. He plays the ultimate 1980s hero that's turned into a slob and somebody who basically still believes in his own hype, but it's just basically just lost the plot completely and is completely destitute.
Yeah, he still thinks he's super
He
cool.
still believes he's
but
super
he
cool.
hasn't moved on since,
Not in the
since the
slightest.
1980s.
We all know somebody like that.
Yeah.
Who's pretty much still living the dream from 30 years ago. And he plays this role with zealous, I think. And what I really find interesting is, if you look at all of the posters, you look at all of the publicity, because there's 5 characters, and Jason is right in the middle. Jack's just slightly to the left of him. Now, Jason is actually one of the main producers for this movie. But Jack, to me, is the star through the entire movie, and Jason just happens to be almost a funny sidekick in it.
Yeah, he's definitely the number 2.
Yeah. So, So you've got Jack Black's character Steve. He's stuck in Minecraft world. His dog Dennis, great name for a dog, is stuck in the real world. Jason Momoa and the rest of the crowd, they find the key to go into the Minecraft world, and they get sucked into the Minecraft world, and hilarity takes over, and the adventure begins. And their job is really to fix the key to get back out of Minecraft world, and they hook up with Jack Black's character Steve, and all he's interested really is trying to find his dog.
Yes.
You see, and he loves that dog so much. There's always a baddie in this movie. There's always like an evil presence in this movie, and this is played by a pig-like character who lives in a different part of the overworld, which is very dark and dingy, and is obsessed with mining for gold and for diamonds. So to come back to what we were talking about earlier before,
it's called the Never or something.
It's called the That's it's correct. So this movie really, in essence, is the battle between creativity and commercialism. And what you have is you've got the pigs that are just completely mining for gold and diamonds continuously, and you've got the overworld, which is all to do with creating beautiful imagery, creating beautiful buildings and weapons and animals and so on and so forth. And of course, the head of the pigs, she wants to use the key to get into the real world and take over the real world and basically mine for gold and diamonds. That's the essence of this film.
So I didn't miss out too much.
Not in the slightest.
Yeah.
No, not in the slightest. What else? What have I got here that I've made notes on?
Oh, you didn't mention about the other character he snuck out.
Sorry?
We were talking about him earlier on. The other character sneaks out of the Minecraft world and ends up in the real world.
Oh yes. So during this process, what you and I didn't realise is that they're actually sort of humanoid characters within the Minecraft movie that have
like villagers.
Blockhead. I think they are called villagers, aren't they? And they're blockheads with massive flat noses. They don't talk. They just go.
Yeah. The village people.
And literally, but without the feathers and the hard hats and other stuff. Yes, and the YMCA. So there's two characters from Minecraft that are in the real world. There's a dog floating around, going around, and there is the chap from the villagers section. Now, what I really love about this film is the interaction at the school. The school to me is probably one of the best parts of the film, because obviously there's a young character in this film who is it's cliche beyond cliche. This film is because what you have is you've got the two young characters coming into the town, and they're starting afresh, and of course they're misfits. They feel sort of out of themselves, and they're trying to fit in. And the young lad is super clever, he's very creative, but he gets in a lot of trouble at school, and he's brought to headmaster's office. The headmaster is played by.
Tell us, James.
She's played by the original. She's played by the OG MILF.
Yeah.
That's who she's played by.
Yeah.
I
forgot what her name is.
Jennifer Coolidge.
Yes. She is brilliant in this film. Absolutely. Stiff as mum. She's absolutely. And what she does is she introduces the MILF character to everybody young enough not to remember American Pie. My son was sitting there and he had no idea who she was at all. We were laughing our socks off about the fact that she was in this movie. He had no idea who she was at all.
See, I think I've started to develop a bit of a problem with these actors who just play one role in every movie that they're in. So you're basically left in a situation that if you love them and you think they're fantastic, they continue to be fantastic, or I get to a point where I'm just going, my God, she's just getting paid to do exactly the same thing again. And because I didn't enjoy her character that much in this at all. Brilliant. Paulie, my other half, thought she was absolutely brilliant and the funniest thing in the film. Yeah. And I don't know, I'm just kind of I'm a bit over that.
I know what you mean, but I think if you get a hiatus from that character, and she's not been around for a while. I know she was in White Lotus. I haven't seen the second season of that yet. But I think for me personally, there was enough hiatus for me not seeing her for such a long time for her to pop up in this film. And what I loved about the characters and the school teachers and the headmasters, every single school teacher had a really bad personal problem.
Yeah.
And they were quite happy to tell all the school children about their personal problems. And that's what I was getting to the whole Simpsons thing. It was that sort of there was that sort of humour that children wouldn't necessarily get. The fact that the head of maths, the head of art, who also explained that he was also head of PE as well, saying that he was like financially broke and his life was a mess. And he's telling their children this, and he's thinking to himself, that wouldn't work anywhere else normally, and it worked really well in this context. So kudos to them. I bring little bits of adult humour to that as well. The graphics are fantastic. I think that not at one point do you feel that the graphics sway against the storyline, or the fourth wall is not broken at all in this movie. You just brought along with it. The pace is perfect. It goes really, really fast. The memes, a lot of the memes were lost on me, but I knew from the hilarity around me.
Did you have people screaming out and?
No.
Oh.
No, because when I walked in, I looked at everybody and I went. No, I didn't, but I should have done. But no, it was relative. I was prepared to
sit comfortably through it.
I was prepared.
I can't believe you didn't have any cheerings or.
No, we were laughing too much to actually hear any cheerings. I did find the perfect snack for this film, though.
Go on.
A sharing bag of Frazzles, the bacon,
Yes.
yeah, and you pour a bag of peanut butter M&Ms in it.
You fucking weirdo.
Seriously, it is so it's bacon and peanut butter. It's absolutely orgasmic.
Peanut butter M&Ms.
Yeah,
I didn't know you could
amazing.
get, do you mean the peanut M&Ms?
No peanut butter?
I didn't know you could get peanut butter M&Ms.
Well, there might just be peanuts.
And also, do people share their bacon fries?
No.
What colour was the packet?
Of
M&Ms.
yellow.
It was peanuts.
It's
You
just
fucking
peanuts.
knobheads. Jesus.
Either way. Now, costumes. Costumes worked really, really well. I think Jack Black's
blouse.
his turquoise bit of knitwear was mentioned many, many times all the way through this film. But Jason Momoa's costume was absolutely fantastic with that sort of dated denim jacket.
Skin-tight snow-washed jeans and a tassel
Amazing.
jacket.
And those wraparound mirrored sunglasses.
WWE
And all the way through I kept saying, is he wearing a wig? Because his hair was so wig-like. It just didn't look like his hair at all. So all in all, I know you reviewed it last week. All in all, I really, really enjoyed this film, and I think it's a perfect Sunday afternoon movie. It's got Jumanji written all over it. It's got what are the films that I write down in it? It's got Jumanji. It's got I'm sure I printed something off a whole list of movies that I haven't actually brought with me. If you like an action adventure. If you like silly behaviour, if you like great graphics, and there's one or two great songs in it as well, sung by Jack Black, which I thought worked really, really well. One or two great sort of post-credit moments to it. It just ticks all the boxes. I know it's a money grab, and I know it's about a game, but it worked on me, and I'm hoping they're going to make some more. I give it an 8.2.
Did you?
I loved it. I really, really enjoyed it.
Did you not feel like you were looking in on somebody else's world, though?
No.
Did you not get that feeling?
No, they welcomed me nicely, and I felt like there was a nice little red carpet on the way in.
Don't make out like I wasn't welcomed, James.
I did. You were. You just didn't feel it.
No, I didn't feel it.
Yeah. It's down to you, Lev.
Peter gave it a 7 last week, so that makes the total 7.6.
7.6 is what
Doesn't
it
make
is.
our board, unfortunately.
Okay, that's fine, but I really, really enjoyed it. I was pleasantly surprised. In fact, everybody I went with, they felt the same way. They were expecting the worst, and they were pleasantly surprised.
I felt pleasantly surprised as well. I just didn't get the subject matter enough to enjoy it more than a 7.
Well, there you go.
Would you like some facts?
Yes, please.
I may have repeated these last week when Peter...
Oh, I'll let you know.
But there are many references to Napoleon Dynamite in this film, which was one of Jared Hess's earlier films, such as Troublesome Alpacas,
Oh, yes.
the storing of tater tots in pants
Oh,
pockets,
Right, of
and
course,
the
yes.
self-defense training dojo.
Bit Kung Fu Panda as well.
Yeah.
Bit Kung Fu Panda.
And this is the second collaboration between Jack Black and Jared Hess after Nacho Libre, which was released in 2006. I think I said that last week.
Don't worry about it.
And the Hero Brine Easter egg was a glitch that stayed in the movie because VFX Studio ran out of time.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Interesting.
So it wasn't meant to be in there.
No, great film. Really enjoyed it. Well done.
Beautiful. Yeah, there we go.
And Mr. I Bought a Football Team with Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
How do you say his surname? Rob
McKinney.
McKenna.
Yeah,
McKenna.
Nobody can pronounce his name.
He was meant to be part of this film as well.
Was he now?
He was, yes.
Which part?
He was meant to be... he was hired to direct the film, but dropped out due to creative differences.
No, I think they've nailed it with the
Peter
director.
looked shocked then.
Yeah.
No, I think they nailed it, and I'm looking forward to another one.
Well, there's going to be another one.
Apparently it's in the works already.
Yeah.
Would you like one more fact? Which I
Yes,
know
please.
James? Matt Berry, best known for his role as Laszlo Cravenworth
Yep.
in the vampire comedy
Laszlo.
What We Do in the Shadows,
Yep.
was originally meant to play Steve.
He was.
Unfortunately, this didn't end up happening due to scheduling issues. At the time of the filming a Minecraft movie, Berry was already busy shooting the last season of his vampire series.
Yeah, which was fantastic. But
It would have been so much better with him in it.
no, well, all I'm saying is, watch the end credits.
Yeah. I think the fact that I hate Jack Black had a massive impact on my score as well. I think, yeah. Anyway, should we move on?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay, so this week we both went to see a film called The Amateur,
That's right.
which is a 12A certificate and runs for 2 hours and 2 minutes.
That's right.
This is directed by James Hawes, who we know for directing One Life, our first movie at the Bookhouse Cinema. Slow Horses
That's right.
on Netflix,
Yes. No, Apple.
on Apple,
Yeah.
and Black Mirror,
Yes.
which I know you're a huge fan of.
Have you seen the first episode of the new seasons?
No, I haven't watched any
Jesus
or many of them.
Christ, it's so dark.
Is it?
I stopped it 3 times.
You stopped a film?
No, I'll tell you the reason why. I stopped it 3 times because what they do with Black Mirror is they open a door for you and they go, look down there. And I looked down there 3 times in my own mind and I took it further than I should have done. And I kept having to stop it.
Oh, so actually you stopped it because you looked into your own soul rather than actually what's happening on the television.
But it was because of what I was watching. It is seriously, it is brilliant.
I need to get into that.
So watch the first episode. Seriously, tomorrow night, watch the first episode.
How many series are there?
Doesn't matter. Watch the first episode of the latest season.
Okay.
There's 7 seasons.
He's shouting at me now.
Yeah.
I know.
Seriously, it is genius television.
Okay. There's not much genius television around at the
No,
moment,
it's
is
not.
there?
Yes, but you're right.
Did you watch White
Black Mirror.
Lotus?
Watch the first season about when it first came out. I haven't seen the second or the third one yet.
It's just sort of third one's garbage. Anyway, so The Amateur stars Rami Malek
It does.
and another lady called Rachel Brosnahan.
Known for Mr. Robot.
There we go, beautiful. Lawrence Fishburne, who we've not seen for a little while, have we?
There's a lot of him.
There's a hell of a lot of him in every way, shape, or form. So basically, Rami Malek's working for the CIA as a decoder.
Yes.
And he is basically in the deepest, darkest basement of the building, isn't he? And he goes down there.
He's a
and
nerdy
working
guy
on-
in the chair.
Yeah, absolutely. And he is working on some decryption type of stuff.
That's right.
And he's got this cipher that he speaks to in a coded voice over the computer screen.
Yes.
And
Somebody
he-
on the inside.
yeah, and who obviously feeds him tidbits of information.
Yes.
And
It's his mole, isn't it?
yeah, and he has daily chats with her, and part of his funny guessy game thing is to try and work out who it is
Yes.
and where they are in the world.
That's right.
And the computer thing goes, I'm not going to tell you. And
Exactly.
that's my computer voice.
I love it.
Was that okay?
To me, I felt even that scene felt a little bit too light-hearted for the scenario that it was in.
Well, we'll get back to that in a moment.
Thank you very
James,
much. I
won't
thought I'd
we?
just throw
Is
that in.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so he comes to work the following day. The part with the mole is
Yes.
that they give you gave him Hella a file which he opens, which has got very, very dark and
Damning, incriminating evidence.
facts about the CIA and world events.
Exactly.
So he comes to work the next day and he's called into the director's office and he's basically sadly told that, and basically while this is going on, when he goes home, he's in a very, very loving relationship with his partner.
Yes.
It kind of shows by the relationship between the two of them that he's got quite OCD habits and ADHD kind of habits.
Always has his shirt done up to the top.
Yeah, exactly.
That sort of character.
Yeah, and I mean, we wouldn't say that's kind of like a condemning character of a person to be buttoning up
But
the
it's,
top
it's
button.
an indication. In a very Mr. Robot sort of style, he's got that sort of super geek, He's great with computers, not so great with people.
Yeah, wouldn't travel with his lovely girlfriend because he doesn't like to leave the comfort of his own house and work.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she goes to London on a business trip, and unfortunately there is a terrorist incident in London, which is supposed to be a kidnapping, and she is moided in this terrorist kidnapping. And the news is broken to him in the office the next day.
And he quite is like, oh, by the way,
yeah,
your wife's dead.
Yeah. Anyway, so he obviously goes back down to his little dungeon in the basement and starts doing research about the whole thing and trying to work out who's in it and what's going on.
That's
and in his decoding genius, basically takes a whole file of evidence of who is involved, why they might be involved.
Basically solves the whole thing, doesn't he, for them?
In the first couple of minutes.
Exactly.
But then the directors of the CIA are not willing to help him.
They're not.
Basically catch the people who have kidnapped and then killed.
They said that's not how it works.
No, exactly. We're trying to
picture.
get the whole all of them.
Exactly.
Not just the way, because he's found how to catch one of them.
He knows exactly with having coffee and everything on a regular basis.
Exactly. Anyway, so he decides that he wants to catch these guys and deal with them.
He murdered his wife.
Slap on the wrist himself.
Yes.
Which they guffaw at, don't they?
And at one point, he's going, what do you want? Do you want a jetpack as well?
Yeah.
It's not James Bond.
Well,
That's what they said.
interesting. They did say that. And I'm quite sad that you haven't watched Black Bag yet, because we could have a whole different conversation at the moment. There's a thing where the cinema world at the moment is trying to fill the James Bond void.
I agree.
And no one has
managed it yet.
Well, everyone's trying to find a different flavour for it. So with Black Bag, it's kind of like Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
That's right.
You know, and with this, it's another kind of. This is basically, it's called The Amateur. So obviously, we understand that this guy is no natural born killer. We understand that this is a guy. Even from the trailer, we know that he's a guy that's considered to be a bit of a joke in life. Who goes out there and he's trying to kind of get recompense for what these people have done to his wife.
I mean, he's physically not. You know, he's about 9 stone.
Yeah, he wants to break free.
Exactly.
That's my Rami Malek joke.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's brilliant. Perfect. Anyway, so Rami Malek basically, or Hella, asks to get trained.
That's right.
So he can fucking shoot people.
Exactly. I want guns.
Yeah.
Want lots of guns. Want some money.
And a jetpack.
And some passports. And all that spy stuff. And
money. Some money.
They laugh at him, don't they?
Yeah, they literally guffaw.
Exactly.
Anyway, well, can we say the next bit about why he ends up doing what he does next?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so basically, he blackmails the directors of the CIA with the evidence which has been given to you by the mole, which basically then enables him to meet up with Lawrence Fishburne's character, Henderson, who is a military trainer. And even Henderson is basically looking at Hella and just like going, because he goes to a shooting range, and
he can't shoot.
He can't shoot for shit.
I knew you were going to say that.
But it's...
I think he got about 3 feet away, didn't he? He said, I'm going to be quite close.
And this is where it just starts crumbling a little bit, isn't it?
I agree.
It's
agree.
just like... I mean, if you're pointing a pistol at, an A1 sheet of paper, like 10 metres, you're not missing that sheet of paper. You might not be a crack shot.
You might not have got it on the target, but at least you could have hit the paper.
It was just a bit overly bad. I was just like, oh, come on, this is.
I think they should have tried harder not to make him so obviously rubbish.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
Yeah, they tried a bit too hard, and they tried to make him a bit too amateurish in everything. But this guy's he's a freaking genius in his own little world. So there's this balance of, is he shit? Is he capable? Is he going to be able to do what he wants to do? And then we go on the adventure, like the Bourne identity bit of this film.
Exactly what it is. And just without the muscles.
Just without the muscles and talent.
He just replaces it with IQ.
Yeah.
And tech.
But he doesn't, because a lot of his IQ is basically just looking how to do shit on YouTube and then doing that. And I was
picking locks on YouTube.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, come on. I mean, that. Anyway, so I'm going to go right to the beginning when I just said this film's called The Amateur. It's a 12A and it's 2 hours and 2 minutes long.
It's 2 hours, 2 minutes too long.
It's 40 minutes too long.
Yeah.
And I had I went for a walk in the morning.
Yeah.
I went climbing.
Yeah.
And I played golf.
Right.
And then I went to see this film.
You did more action than Remy.
Oh my lord! I like trying to fight to stay awake for the last half hour of this film. And I'm not saying this film's terrible, but it just moves at a pace which is so slow. In essence, there are 4 combative moments in this film, and they took 2...
These are the 4 people that kidnapped him and killed his wife.
They took 2 hours to get through this, and basically all of them are... I mean, it's all the same thing, isn't it?
I mean...
Help me here. Give me some joy or some content, because I just ended up walking out thinking, why?
Okay, there are some little glimmers of hope in this film.
Yeah, there are. I didn't hate it.
The cinematography is beautiful. The filters on it are really, really beautiful, and in a very sort of cinematographic, very sort of spy type of movie. It does have a Bourne Identity sort of vibe to it, but it just, as I said before, without any muscles.
And there is also like a nod to Mission Impossible in this as well. There's, do you know what I mean? There's this, and again, especially with the cinematography, it does just kind of feel like it's trying to shoehorn itself in amongst those films, and almost like putting it out there to see whether anything sticks. They can make another one.
Yeah. I mean, there is a trend going towards sort of the anti-hero or the unlikely hero, and I think what they've done is they've pushed it so far to the point where, you know, he has to cower every time an explosion goes off, or he talks he mumbles a lot, and he's very sort of light on his feet and incredibly thin, and he can't shoot straight. So they've really sort of piled it on the fact that, you know, he's not a hero, he's just a man with a mission and using his own talents. I think it didn't work as well as it should have done.
It didn't work, and the element that's missing is that, like with Bond or with Bourne, you've got that thing that men want to be them, women want to be with them. They're that real kind of hero anti-hero blend. Yeah. You didn't get that.
No, there was almost a pathetic element to it.
Pathetic is exactly the right word, and I just came out thinking, why is this really necessary?
I don't think the film needs to be made.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
I think it's as simple as that.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 4.
A fucking 4? I gave it a 6.
I got a 4.
Did you hate it that much?
It's not that I hated it. I just felt...
Okay, numb.
I just felt that there was too many references in it for it not to take responsibility for its own actions.
Yeah, I hated the kind of referencing towards Bond. I thought that was really sledgehammery.
Naughty.
And
it was naughty.
And it was just kind of like, we are putting ourselves in this camp, and you're going to like it.
Exactly.
And I just thought...
And what's really sad is he plays almost exactly the same character. Did you ever watch Mr. Robot on television?
No.
So he plays almost exactly the same character he does in Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot is a lot more intelligent and more high-tech in that respect. But... he does tend to have, like we mentioned before about people who can only play certain roles. I mean, he pulled it out of the bag playing Freddie Mercury, but his Mr. Robot character and his amateur character are almost exactly the same in every way. The way he talks, his accent, his demeanour, and everything else. And the 3 people I went with on the way home, even they turned round and they were explaining that they even found his dialect to be really tedious, and a little bit overly slow, just to make it as dramatic as possible, and that did the opposite effect, unfortunately. Yeah. There you go, 4 from me.
All right,
Nikki.
I'm going to not use a calculator. I think that gives a total of 5.
I think you're right.
You're 77 weeks and you're fucking getting it.
She's got it. She's got it. Have you got any facts or anything for us?
So filming was actually suspended in July 2023.
For being bored?
No, for the strikes.
Oh, okay.
And it obviously resumed again in December 2023. The casting of Rami Malek in the lead role was influenced by the actor having played the Bond villain in the last 007 film, No Time to Die.
So he didn't play the same character in that?
No, he only got that role because he won the Oscar for Freddie Mercury.
Yeah. This spy movie
he was under pressure.
Remake premieres approximately 44 years after the original film of the same name, which debuted in 1981.
Okay.
The website Movie Insider has 3 pages dedicated to this film.
Wow.
2 about Rami Malek's iteration, and 1 about Hugh Jackson's failed adaptation. I only said Hugh Jackman then.
Yeah.
And the house that Charlie and Sarah Did you recognise that house at all, James?
No.
Okay, so it says it's the same house
Right.
in the Black Mirror episode Beyond the Sea.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, well, I'm with you now. Yeah, exactly. But I wouldn't have recognised the house, to be quite honest with you. There's so many Black Mirror episodes. Right.
And it has on IMDb 6.7.
Okay. Doesn't deserve it.
4?
Four.
Are you in a bad mood?
No, yeah.
That's really low for you.
It's very low for me.
Yeah. Wow. There we go. Let's talk about something else.
Let's talk about something else.
I want to bake 3.
So,
Fat bottom girls.
I'm not joining in the games anymore now.
Oh, I've enjoyed this far too much. What are you going to talk about next, James?
I'm talking about a film called Flow.
Oh.
A film called Flow. Recently was the champion of the animated Oscar nominations.
Mm-hmm.
Beat Wild Robots.
Yeah, whatever.
And it beat Wallace and Gromit.
Wallace and
didn't it?
Gromit, yeah,
as well.
absolutely.
It's all very well with the hand gestures, but you haven't seen this movie yet.
No, I haven't. I know.
There you
I
go.
just like to be controversial.
Exactly.
That's Italian.
Is it? I thought it was
It's
Albanian.
it's 1 hour. It's 1 hour 25 minutes. The tagline is "A cat is a solitary animal." Production and not really part of it. Okay, so
Was that an inner thought process that came
I
out?
think so, yeah.
Did you just brain fart?
exactly, I was just
Wow.
going.
Okay.
And
Should
it
we
went
do
inside
that
back
again?
in. It went
What
back.
did you go and see this
I went to see a
weekend?
film called Flow.
Oh, is that about a black cat?
It's just about a black cat.
Okay.
Yes. So, what you have here is, I purposely didn't read anything about this. I didn't see any adverts for this film, and I think it went fairly under the radar. And then it won the Oscars, and I think it's had a bit of resurgence
You
back at the
told us
cinema.
that black cat sales had gone through the roof since
Yes.
this film.
Adoption, yeah.
That's
adoption
correct.
of
But
black
you
cats.
told us that on the Oscars one when it won
Yeah.
the Oscar. That's
Yeah, it
right.
did.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember when and why you
someone
told us.
listens to me.
I do all the
Somebody
time.
does listen to us. So, I had no idea what I was expecting with this film at all. I didn't know whether it was a voice-activated sort of animated movie. I didn't know whether it was a funny one. I didn't know whether it was set in suburbia. I had no idea where it was set. No idea what the context of this movie was. So I was really pleasantly surprised with this film. Okay, it's a slow burner. And what you're really going to appreciate this is the graphics are very, very unusual. So it took me about 5 minutes to get used to the graphics for two reasons. Number one is you don't usually see this style of graphics on such a massive screen normally, and I'll come to this in a second why. And the second reason, I wasn't wearing my glasses.
Oh, okay.
So I sat down and I went, oh, I haven't got my glasses on. And I thought, oh God, is this going to make an effect? And we were on a big screen. I think we were on screen 2, so it was a big enough screen. No issues with any haziness or anything like that.
So it wasn't catastrophic.
It wasn't catastrophic. No, exactly. So he's on the ball tonight, isn't he?
Yes.
I'm filing
Quite
good.
scary.
Feeling good.
Because he's had no homework.
So the graphics for this movie are almost as if you're watching a video game.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So the graphics are not normal. They're not they're not pixel sort of graphics like you'd usually get with a Pixar movie or a Disney movie in any way at all. It really does feel like you're watching a high resolution video game with a everything's slightly sharp and everything. And you can almost see the pixels.
Like pixelated.
Yeah, but in a very sort of formatted way. So it takes a while to get your head around that because you're looking at it and going. And you almost feel like somebody's doing this with a joystick
Right.
with the characters at some points.
Could you press pause?
Yes.
Pause.
No. Stop it. So, the word flow, the character of this, the title of this movie is called Flow, and it works in so many different reasons. Okay, so it follows the journey of this black cat, and not a word is said through the entire movie.
Seriously, nothing.
Not a word is said through the
amazing.
entire
I
movie.
love the idea of that.
The soundtrack is really, really interesting because, as I said before, the word flow is really, really interesting because you're following the journey of this cat, and the cat just literally flows with everything. Whatever happens, just carries on with it and just continues.
How long's the film?
The film is 1 hour 25 minutes.
Wow, amazing.
So it's quite a short movie, but long enough with no text.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Yeah.
So you're literally following the journey of this cat, and the cat's eyes are so character driven. You know when the cat's unhappy. You know when the cat's sad. You know when the cat's angry. You know the cat's a bit pissed off as well with certain of the characters as well. And it's very human traits of how they're able to manipulate each one of these characters, these animals, with this really basic tech, with this really basic pixelated format. It's very, very clever the way they do this. So the cat meets 4 or 5 different characters as our journey goes on. One is an adorable Labrador or Golden Retriever. I'm never quite tell the two, particularly with the graphics as well. And another animal which I can never pronounce the name of this animal. No, it's that.
Oh, capybara.
Capybara. The capybara is fantastic. Capybara just keeps falling asleep continuously. Yes, Nikki.
I have a question about capybaras.
Yes.
Are they the ones who, when they're in danger, they'll throw their babies to the thing attacking them and leg it?
There was no babies in this movie, but he definitely was a sleeper. He was definitely a sleeper.
I don't know what.
There's an animal that when it's in danger, if it's about to be attacked, it will throw its baby to the predator and leg it. And I'm sure it's the capybaras.
Wow, because capybaras are the ones which are like big guinea pigs.
Yeah,
Exactly, very square face with a little sort of triangle with sort of snout on it.
Yeah.
So each one of these characters that this cat comes across, they're all filled with personality. I mean, there's a lot of personality to the point where there was a point during the film, because it gets quite fantasy based at one point, and you're never quite sure whether this film is set on Earth, or whether it's set post-apocalyptic and things are mutated, or whether it's a fantasy element, and it's sort of left open to the viewer. There's lots of theories on the internet about it being a fantasy based and also to do with personalities and emotions and so on and so forth. But each character he comes across has a very, very strong character and very, very strong personality, to the point where there was a certain point in the movie I thought to myself, are these humans? And are we at the end of the movie? Are they going to turn out to be humans at the end? And are we looking at through a different looking glass of some kind? It does have an Alice in Wonderland sort of vibe to it as well. The water in this in the graphics is done so beautifully, because what you have is you have a flooding scenario where the planet, whether it be Earth or not, is flooded so intensely and so quickly that all the animals have to think on their feet and there's boats involved, there's higher ground involved, and there's lots of different struggles about how they survive through the flooding. And there is a theory that each one of the characters has a format of different personalities. For instance, the cat is tenacious, the cat is a learner of new skills, but also a champion of the weak and the vulnerable within this movie as well. The bird is a wise bird, and the bird is looked upon by the rest of the animals, and he has that sort of majestic sort of stance about him as well. There's a lemur. Is it a lemur or a llama? What's the monkey sort of
Lemur.
That's
lemur.
a lemur.
And so that's probably the most human aspect of the entire film, where the lemur picks things up, puts things in boxes, looks at mirrors, continuously looking in this mirror continuously, and that's another trait on the human condition as well. So it's beautiful. It really is. You will love this film. I know you're a lover of animation. I know you're a lover of sort of ambiguous sort of storylines that could mean more, and character-driven sort of story plots as well. So it's very difficult to finalise a plot with this film, because it is literally a journey on surviving through the floods.
It's a road trip.
It's literally, it's a boat trip.
Yeah.
It's a boat trip. Beautifully filmed, beautifully written, and the score works really, really well, because what the score does is, because there's no text and there's no vocals in it at all, the score tells you what's going to happen. So what happens is, you know that there's a dramatic moment in the movie where the score will start to kick off, and it always starts like the precursor of a big piece of music. So you get this build, and then it just flows.
Oh, nice.
You see,
I'm really looking forward to seeing this.
I think you're going to love this film.
So my daughter, who's studying animation at the
She's going
moment,
to adore it.
she's desperate to see it too. So I think maybe what we'll do is go and see it at the same time, and
think
then
you
we can
should
have a
do.
chat about it afterwards.
100%. Please come back and tell me what you give it.
We'll do. What are you giving it?
9.4.
Fucking
Wow.
what?
Seriously.
I had a feeling it was going to be on our board. I didn't know it was that
Seriously,
far up.
honestly, it took, even during it, I was kind of there going, do I like this? Do I not like this? And as I was walking home, I was sort of...
So it's one of those ones which has to settle.
The
with you
wave of
Yeah.
how
Love.
beautiful it was.
Oh, amazing!
I was flooded by that.
Isn't it amazing that animation can create that emotion in
Yes.
you? It's it's especially wonderful
so
thing when it's
clever.
done right.
It's the same score we gave Wild Robot.
Weird.
Beautiful. There we go.
Weird.
This is your wild robot.
This is
Would
my-
you like some facts?
Yes, please.
So it wasn't. It's actually the quokkas who throw their babies at predators to escape from other animals.
Okay.
Look how cute they are.
Yeah, they're not as cute as sea otters.
No.
So
Great for a podcast, mate. Look how cute they are.
yeah, people can look on YouTube.
They can
What are
do.
they called?
Quokkas. It's like Quokkas.
They're bitches, aren't they? Who throws their kids to defend
I
themselves?
would.
Depends.
Oh, that's very true, actually.
Depends how annoying the kid is.
I'd throw your kid to save yourself as well.
So Flo follows a cat who navigates a post-apocalyptic flooded Earth on a boat with other species that include a dog, a lemur, and a capybara. And in his Oscar speech, the director,
Cat said.
yeah, the cat said, "We're all in the same boat, and we must find ways to overcome our differences and work together."
Do you know what? It did have that, had that
In
vibe.
your review, you basically said you don't know whether it's a post-apocalyptic, and literally the actual
Yeah.
synopsis is that.
But there's lots of theories about it being fantasy, because there is a fantasy moment in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll shut up until I've seen it.
Flo also made history, becoming the first Latvian film to win an Oscar. And after the win, host Conan O'Brien joked, "It's your move now, Estonia."
Ooh.
And due to the film's popularity in Latvia, the statue of the cat from the film
Yeah.
has been installed in Riga. It was initially installed outside the Freedom Monument and is planned to be moved to the Town Hall Square this month, April 2025.
Oh yeah, the statues of the cats. They were beautiful, actually.
Go on, you're about to ask a question.
We've got an issue.
Uh-huh.
So, Flo is about to hit our board,
Yeah.
and that's going to knock one of 4 films, which are all scored at 8.5
That's right.
at the bottom of our board.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't want kinds of kindness to disappear off that.
We're gonna have to vote.
We need
We'll vote
a
later.
vote.
Yeah, we need a
After I
vote.
finish my
What?
facts.
Oh, sorry. I was just kind of looking
You
at
would
it.
have kicked off if I did that to you.
I was just thinking maybe
He
we
would
put it out to the listeners.
Oh, James interrupted again. The bird featured
You did just interrupt me when I was talking about that. Then.
slightly inaccurate secretary birds.
Yes.
Secretary birds are so unusual that they have their own taxonomic family, but are most closely related to osprey, kites, hawks, and eagles. And then the team was very adamant of getting all the voices to be done by real animals, so they recorded real animals for the movie. To get the how would you say it?
Capybara.
Thank you, sound. The sound engineer had to travel to a zoo and tickle the capybaras.
I think that's frowned upon.
However,
I paid for less.
However, the real capybara
seen
sound does not match the personality of the capybara character would have, so instead they used a baby camel.
Oh.
How did they know a baby camel was the right animal to use?
They obviously tickled
They're the
it too.
experts.
Oh.
They're the experts.
The entire movie has been created and rendered using the free and open source software called Blender. And because of the budget of this film was so tight, there was no deleted scenes from the film, so every film produced was in the final cut of the movie.
Yeah, and you know what? There are certain scenes in it, and you look at it and go, is that a mistake? Or, you know, there's certain scenes in it where the colours go a bit weird, or you know, and particularly the cat sometimes turns white at one point, and I was talking to Hannah and Sophie about this, and they were, it must be the reflection of the sun bouncing off the. And I'm like, no, I don't think it's as sophisticated as that. I literally just think, you know, when you're playing a video game, and you move your character and it changes colour for whatever reason it may be. It's that sort of vibe to it.
Interesting.
2 more quick facts. The drawing of the cat from inside the house was drawn by the director, and it was the only concept art he ever made for the film, since everything else was modelled on Blender to save time. And the pet from the sound designer was used for the sound made by the main character cat, a female orange cat named Mute, M-I-U-T. However, the recording process wasn't easy. She went mute for almost 2 months every time she saw a microphone, making it harder for the sound designer to record the
Lived
sound.
up to her name.
That is brilliant.
And one day, when he was alone with the cat, he found an old microphone and decided to follow her with it. Thus, successful recordings of all sounds for the main character in the film.
Amazing.
So every time she saw it, she didn't do anything.
Hysterical.
And I love that.
Typical
Cat.
Typical. Yes.
And it's the first independent film to win the Academy for Best Animated Film.
No, well deserved.
Great
Well
facts.
deserved. It's so low key, but it also it feels very confident in itself. So you're watching it and they go, I'm not too sure, but it feels like it knows what it's doing. Does that make sense?
Totally does.
Yes.
I'll go and see it this week. Awesome.
Seriously, you're going to live it, and you need to watch it on the big screen as well.
Yeah, I do.
Need to watch it on the big screen. Right.
Fabulous.
Right, that's the score for that.
Okay, so we'll have a meeting
Yes.
about whether
Arrival, Holy Motors.
a girl walked alone at night, Kinds of Kindness, Holy Motors, or Arrival get the bump.
That's right. Who knows?
I think
knows?
one at the bottom
Watch the
goes.
space.
Okay, awesome. Is that our podcast? Oh no, we need to do some facts and figures.
Excuse me.
It's normally normally you.
I
who
get told
forgets,
off. I get
James.
told off for not highlighting Nikki's feature,
Shit,
and you've just literally just washed over it.
Yeah.
Well, we've been talking about a lot of films today, Nikki. I'm really
Nikki,
sorry.
Over to my favourite part of the podcast. That
Why
Peter's-
didn't you do it in the middle bit like you
Where's my
always
theme
done?
tune?
Nikki's feature.
not called that,
Nikki's
sequel.
Don't give him a
It was
clue.
week 25.
Yes.
We reviewed Civil War and we gave it 7.6.
That's quite. That's. You know what? That's really good timing because I'm watching Warfare this weekend by the same director.
Yeah, you are. And you loved Civil War.
Bloody did.
And I didn't love it quite so much, which is why it bounced on 7.7. I had to shut because this is Nikki's section and I just fucking great crashed it.
Nikki, carry on.
And it was actually 7.6 on IMDb at the time, so we got the score bang on. It's currently available on Amazon, Google, Apple and Sky. We also received 2 reviews from Tom and Lawrence, and Peter said that Lawrence's review was so good he should do a podcast.
We're still saying that, yeah.
So much better than us.
So much better.
James had some new shoes on and said to Peter that he can be James's desperate Dan. Peter pointed out that we had done 1/4 episodes.
That's right.
Civil War was at number 2 in our top 10, and Back to Black was at number 1, which is currently available on Netflix, Sky, YouTube, Google, Apple, and Amazon.
Have
Did
you
he
ever watched
bitch
that?
about not being a movie? I started watching it shit.
Yeah, never watched it.
I
It is a
did-
movie. It's a bio, isn't it?
I cut it off.
And for this week's sequel,
Yes.
I'm going to end it with a quote from Peter
Here we go.
from week 25.
Here we go.
Are you ready?
Yes.
You can't look at a blank. Sorry, let's start again.
You doing my accent?
Yeah, you can't look at a blank page and say it's a beautiful poem.
Oh, fuck me. Do you know what? Sometimes...
You're so poetic.
Oh, aren't I? That's... God, I wish I'd come up with stuff like
You're
that
like my
now.
artistic guru.
Artistic's a word for it.
Yeah.
What films are we watching next week?
The Sinners.
Sinners on Friday. Cannot wait for that. That to me is going to be either a Dust Till Dawn, and it's going to be fantastic, or it's not.
The Drop.
The Drop, I think, is going to be a formulated movie, which is going to be all about tension and all about sort of using the phone to manipulate somebody's moments.
I'm going to go and see Flow.
Yes, please.
Yeah, and it's
Yes.
quite a catalogue of films to watch, isn't
It
it?
is, and I'm also going to go and see.
Another cat joke, no one got it.
Yeah,
I got it.
catastrophic.
Perfect.
Sorry.
I said it was perfect.
What else am I going to go and see?
Warfare
on Sunday.
Oh.
Yes. Which looks amazing.
It's a good tale.
Peter, how can people get in touch with us?
Oh, in touch with us, they can leave a comment above our YouTube video. They can contact us on Facebook. They can press the message us button when they are looking at our podcast on whichever streaming platform they want. But if they message us using that button, they have to tell us who they are, because those buttons don't tell us who's messaged us. They can contact us on Instagram, they can DM us, or they can contact us personally on WhatsApp. You personally like writing on the breath on the mirror, and that's about it.
You've been watching me when I've been showering or something.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Carry on.
Have you noticed something? Look, every time you speak, the line on the side goes up and down.
Which one? What?
Ba, 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 ba. See that?
Yes.
You mean the sound wave that makes sure it's definitely picking up our voices?
Hello! That one there.
Okay, I think it's time to papa us out, Peter.
Ba, ba, ba.